everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is a bright and early vlog, which is a bit of an oddity for me, but whenever I'm in London, it's the easiest way to do things so that I can take advantage of the Travelodge Wi-Fi, which makes things a little bit easier than using my data at least, so yay! Busy day ahead. We're going to the British Museum. Nick suggested I mention the fact that we're going to look at a bunch of stuff that we stole, which is kind of true, colonialism and whatnot. One of the things I really love at the British Museum is the collection of Benin bronzes. I highly recommend you go and see them. The interesting thing about them is that I'm going to try and get this right, and Manu will probably kill me if I don't. My friend Manu did a PhD and she looked at them quite extensively at one point, I believe. But I think that they started out, and this is probably true of a lot of things, they started out as a very important cultural signifier, and then when they got stolen and repositioned in the British Museum and people saw them, they liked them, they started going back. The locals started to instead make them much more for tourism, so they moved from these really important things to kind of tourist trinkets because of consumer demand, and that is so interesting, but at the same time kind of sad and indicative of what we do as a society, and yay, that was just a little amusing. There's also this really problematic element of we keep things in the British Museum on display that are actually very important sacred icons in particular religions. So some people, for example, there are these amazing sculptures that have nails stuck in them, and it's thought that they protect evil spirits, protect you from evil spirits, I think, or that they contain quite powerful spiritual forces. They're highly religious, highly sacred, and we kind of put them behind a display case and have people look at them and go, oh, that's cool, what's this thing over here now that I can look at as well? And it's whether or not these incredibly sacred items should be on display, but at the same time, obviously, there is a cultural engagement there that we wouldn't otherwise have, and there is historical preservation, and it's so interesting to think about these different things when it comes to museum display. So I encourage you to consider it if you want. Maybe, I'm not saying you have to, but I find it interesting. Maybe you'll find it interesting too, and I'd love to hear anything from you in the comments about how you feel about museum display. The most riveting of topics. How you feel about museum display and cultural appropriation, and where you stand on issues like that. So that might be a bit of fun to do today, if that sort of thing is in your avenue. I understand it's very niche. So another thing I thought I'd talk about, just very, very briefly, is my exercise regime. Obviously, I've cut out sugar for this monthly charity fundraising for Cancer Research UK, and I do hope you donate for that, and the links are down in the description. Please donate. Every little bit really does help. But in general, I keep quite a healthy diet, I think, and I also maintain a fitness regime. Because I think it's really important, and it's nice to feel active and exercise and get buff and all the stuff like that. And I always find that even if an exercise session is really tough, and afterwards I'm just like, oh my god, I'm knackered, I very, very, very rarely regret them. I tend to enjoy them. I tend to feel good about myself afterwards. And I think that once you have that attitude, you can take that forward and you can maintain a healthier lifestyle. And it's all about finding what works for you and going with that. You don't have to do cardio just because it's the most popular thing. You don't have to do HIIT. Find what you like, roll with that, see where it takes you, and just remember, even if your body's aching afterwards and stuff, it's like, you're alive, that's fantastic, you're feeling stuff, it's brilliant, and it's going to get better over time. It really does. I used to get these huge muscle aches, and now I don't get them so much. That being said, I am doing a boot camp next month, which I might also vlog about, and I'm sure I'm going to be aching after that because I can't even do a push-up. That's not where my fitness lies. Where does my fitness lie? Yoga and walking and kettlebells. So every single morning, I either go on a walk or I jog on the spot, depending on the weather conditions. Sometimes it's been too rainy, too frozen, too dangerous to go outside. On those days, I'll jog on the spot. On any other day, I will go out and do a 3.5 mile walk with my pup, my dog Rooney, who I'll put a picture of if I can. Not today, but tomorrow, because obviously I'm vlogging in less than ideal conditions right now. But I go on a walk in the morning. NHS recommendations are that we do 10,000 steps a day to maintain a healthy lifestyle, and that is what I aim for every day. Usually I try and get in a little bit more as well, so I tend to do about 15,000 steps a day, and I keep track of it with my Fitbit Charge, which is absolutely amazing. It's brilliant, and I'm not saying go out and buy a Fitbit. You don't have to, but they are good for keeping you accountable. Pedometers in general, if you're trying to keep to that 10,000 steps, are a really good way to keep accountable. And if you do want to try and do walking and to do 10,000 steps a day, it's a great way to start a fitness regime. It's a great way to have time to just think and relax and spend some time for yourself. And Cancer Research UK are doing a charity drive next month where you try and get 10,000 steps a day and raise money for Cancer Research UK. So who knows, next month I might be donating to you, and I would really love that. And it would be fantastic to see anyone take up that challenge. I think it'd be brilliant. I really would. And I would probably comment on every single thing you put, if I'm honest, because I love walking. I think it's fantastic. Then I do kettlebells 3 times a week. Fitness blenders, beginner kettlebell workout. I use a 10 kilo kettlebell, a 14, a 16 and a 20, because they tend to go up in increments of 4, but I cheated with one of them, the 14, I think, yeah, because usually it's 10 to... Anyway, I use those weights, and the 20 is for the swing and the straight leg deadlifts that I do. 16 is for pretty much anything else, or the others. And there's no shame in using different weights for different exercises, for different things. I think it's important to listen to your body and where you are, and also to push it. So if you're lifting these weights and you're thinking, oh, I kind of feel like I'm slacking now, it's time to go up one and see where you go from there. It's so much fun doing kettlebells. I love the kettlebell swing. There is something really cool about being like, yeah, 3 times a week I just lift this giant metal ball up in the air that's shaped like a skull. And because I have skull kettlebells, and I don't know, it feels really fun. It feels alive. After you've done a swing, you get this huge rush of adrenaline and oxygen, and breath is so important in exercise. Always pay attention to what you're doing with your breath, your breathing, and feel any changes in oxygen, and really do relish it, because it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. My body's giving me all this feedback that I didn't even realize it was capable of until just now. I'm an exercise geek. Let's move on. Yoga. Another thing where breath is crucial. And I do 3 core yoga exercises a week to focus on my abs. No, I'm just kidding. Yoga with Adrian, I do 3 core exercises, but the whole ab thing is a joke that she puts up, as well as, well, I've adopted it from her. She has 4 core exercises that I tend to do right now. They're from her yoga boot camps or the yoga strength ritual that she has. And if you just put in yoga day 6, Adrian, you'll get to where you need to go. And I think you'll enjoy them because they are really fun. And outside of that, I also maintain a daily home yoga practice. Yoga's great for flexibility. It's great for feeling where your body's at any given point. It's great for sitting up taller and feeling more capable in yourself. And it's also really good for mindfulness, so a mental practice as well. And I have never, not once, regretted stepping on the mat. Whenever I do yoga, I never regret it come the end. And there are very few things in life that we can say that about. So I feel really confident about yoga, and it might not be for everyone, but I do think everyone should give it a chance. And if you think, I can't do yoga because I'm inflexible, you are perfect. You are exactly where you need to be. That is when you do yoga. When I started doing yoga, I couldn't even hold a down dog. I was just there like, oh my god, this is hell. What am I doing? I can't do it. Go back on the ground. Just no. I'm pants at yoga. But no, I was exactly where I needed to be. I was doing yoga. I was practicing yoga. And that is what yoga is about. It's a practice. It's ongoing. It doesn't judge. And I think that is a brilliant aspect to it. And there are a lot of good lessons to take away from it, and Adrian is a fantastic teacher. I also every now and then do Shakti Yoga Dance, which is with my wonderful teacher Mate, and that is completely different. It's based on Kundalini Yoga, which is very spiritual, and you start with these slow stretching postures, and then you all gather in a circle, and you go through these different dances together, based on usually the different chakras that are in the body or the different elements. So you get to like dance as if you're the air or stuff like that, or move your hips as if you're water, your belly for your fire, your feet and your thighs for the ground practice, and oh, it's so good. And then after that you break into free dance, and usually your eyes are either closed or very, very dimmed, and there is no judgment, and you're all just doing your own thing, following your own body, and just seeing where the flow goes. And then afterwards you do a lying down meditation, and then you do a moving end meditation, and it sounds kooky and crazy, and yes it is. It's kooky and crazy in the best of ways, and it's really fun, and I just love dancing, mostly free dancing. I'd probably be really bad at ballroom dancing, but again, it's all about finding what works for you, and that's where my personal fitness regime lies. So this was probably really boring for some people and really interesting for others. So do let me know how you feel about this particular video and what your personal fitness regime is, or what you would like to explore, where you'd like to go with it. I can't give advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a fitness instructor. I will talk to you about any exercise or any fitness you're doing. I will share my personal opinions, but obviously it always pays to look at the NHS page, see what they're recommending, maybe even to go to a doctor or a fitness instructor to see if you need some specialist help, physiotherapy maybe if you need that, if you have back conditions or any other conditions, arthritis, anything like that, and roll from there. You can do it. I believe in you. I hope you believe in me for the sugar challenge, because I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling the energy and I'm loving London. So please do donate if you can, and have an amazing day. Let me know how the daily challenge goes, and I'm pumped because I talked about fitness and it's one of my favourite topics in the entire world. I love you all. Share your favourite topics with me. Share anything. Let's talk to each other. It'll be fantastic. Okay, love you loads. Mwah.